We're back, and we are going to put comedian and host of the Lou Perez Podcast, Lou Perez himself, on the clock, where we will cover 4 topics, 60 seconds each. Lou, thanks so much for joining me. You ready for this?
No, but all right. Let's go.
Jeopardy executive producer Mike Richards has tried out more than a dozen celebrity guest hosts to find a successor to Alex Trebek, and it appears he's made his choice. According to reports, Richards decided that he should be the one to take over the iconic franchise. The fans, they're not so sure. What do you think about this whole concept, Dick Cheney-esque, using the opportunity to select things to pick yourself?
Well, at first, I was really scared because I heard Michael Richards, and I was like, whoa, the dude from Seinfeld. Who was the man from Seinfeld who said the N-word? Yeah. But, I don't know. Something just smells a little off. It's like, you're the executive producer. The host passes away. I'm like, I'm smelling like maybe some foul play here, possibly. But more than anything, it's sort of like Alex Trebek was amazing. He was great. Can't we just let the whole thing go? Like, Alex should just be allowed to host from heaven. Like, that's the way I'm looking at it. Just let it go.
They really won't be able to replace him, so there is some truth to that. Hawaii is set to mandate that all high school athletes be vaccinated before they are allowed to step foot on a field or court this upcoming season. Athletes have until September 24th to prove their full vaccination status or else. What are your thoughts on this requirement for high school students?
I think it's great. For me, it's whatever it takes to get the kids back on the field, inflicting concussions on one another. I think, we have to make sure we know what our priorities are, and head injuries are just not as important as healthy lungs and a healthy heart. I think it's going to be an interesting dynamic, too, in high school, because basically you're going to have all the jocks are going to be vaccinated, so then, like, the chess team is going to be the unvaxxed, like, rebels going around. So it's going to really flip things.
It's going to give some punk rock cred to those folks who don't have to get on a field or a court, I guess. And I think so. I agree with you. I mean, what else are you going to do on a Friday night other than see some kids give each other concussions? The newest Hollywood trend
in Hawaii, it's beautiful.
Yeah, the newest Hollywood trend is in, and it's not bathing children. Actress Kristen Bell is the latest Hollywood star to reveal that she only bathes her children when they stink. That seems to be, in my experience, a regular occurrence with children. What do you think is motivating this Hollywood trend of, a lack of use of soap and water when it comes to their kids?
I mean, it's like, they're so relatable, aren't they? Like, wow. Like, I'm a parent myself, and I'm like, man, we have so much in common. Because I forget to bathe my child sometimes. Sometimes we forget to change his diaper. Sometimes we forget that he even exists, whatever his name is. So we have, like, so much in common. It's awesome.
Well, this European approach to bathing habits does not strike me as something that would endear them outside of Hollywood, but I guess when you're in Tinseltown, then you have the ability to get away with it if you have that level of stature.
And also, I mean, California is always going through a drought, so this is, this is their way to score some points on that end, too.
Tell yourself you're doing something good for the planet. What started off as a joke has now become an internet sensation, a $72 fried rice. One Vietnamese restaurant in San Francisco planned on adding the luxurious rice option for a limited time, but the dish went viral, and suddenly it was the only thing the restaurant could sell. Eventually, demand became too much, and they took it off the menu for good. Did you take a look at this rice? It's incredible. It's got Wagyu. It's got 2 different kinds of caviar. It's got 3 different kinds of crab. It's so over the top, and yet I guess Silicon Valley folks, they just didn't see through the joke.
Well, I love the idea that it's a joke, but it's like, it's the ultimate humble brag. It's like, oh yeah, we were totally pranking these guys, but we also happened to make an incredibly delicious meal that apparently that's the only thing that people want to buy at this place, which I find very interesting. And, the fact that it's happening in San Francisco, I mean, you're talking about people who are willing to wade through feces-covered sidewalks to come and get this rice. I mean, say a prayer, give thanks.
It does seem to me to be very fitting for the city and for the decadence that it reflects. Lou Perez, thanks so much for taking the time to join me tonight.
Thank you.